Sichuan province is facing one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in its modern history. Days of unrelenting torrential rainfall have unleashed devastating floods and landslides, leaving cities drowned, bridges collapsed, and entire communities isolated under rising waters. According to meteorological authorities, rainfall levels across large parts of Sichuan have surpassed historical records, overwhelming rivers, reservoirs, and drainage systems. What began as continuous rain quickly escalated into a full-scale disaster. Multiple rivers, including tributaries of the Min and Tuo rivers, had burst their banks, flooding both urban centers and rural valleys. In Liuzhou and Leshan, bridges crumbled under the force of surging water, while vehicles were swept away in powerful currents. Streets turned into turbulent rivers, and rescue teams reported entire neighborhoods submerged within minutes. Power lines snapped, water treatment plants were inundated, and communication networks failed across several counties. In the provincial capital, Chengdu, city infrastructure suffered catastrophic failure. Subway tunnels flooded, forcing authorities to suspend all metro services. Underground parking lots and shopping centers filled with muddy water, trapping dozens of vehicles. Public transportation across the city has been brought to a standstill as buses and taxis were submerged or overturned by the deluge. Residents describe scenes of chaos as torrential rain hammered the city for days. Within minutes, the streets were gone, said one local resident. Entire blocks were left underwater, forcing thousands to seek shelter on rooftops or upper floors as rescue boats navigated through what once were main avenues. In Leshan, home to the iconic giant Buddha, floodwaters rose to alarming levels, submerging surrounding towns and roads. Video footage shows bridges collapsing and buildings giving way as relentless torrents tear through the region. Provincial highways connecting Leshan and Mianyang are heavily damaged or completely cut off. Beyond the cities, the devastation is just as severe. In Mianyang, Dazhou, and Guang'an, entire stretches of farmland now lie beneath thick layers of mud and debris. Thousands of acres of rice paddies, greenhouses, and orchards have been obliterated within hours. Farmers watched helplessly as floodwaters swallowed crops, livestock, and years of labor. Many mountain villages remain unreachable due to landslides blocking key access roads. Emergency response units report that several communities have been completely isolated, with food and medical supplies being airdropped by helicopters and delivered by drone in some of the most inaccessible areas. The collapse of critical infrastructure has worsened the crisis. Dozens of bridges across Sichuan have been damaged beyond repair or washed away entirely. Major road networks, including sections of the Chengdu-Chongqing Expressway, are either submerged or destroyed. Power substations in low-lying districts have been disabled by floodwaters, cutting electricity to thousands of homes and businesses. As of Wednesday, more than 50,000 residents have been evacuated from high-risk areas. Schools, community centers, and government buildings have been converted into emergency shelters. The People's Liberation Army and fire rescue teams are working around the clock to deliver aid, clear debris, and evacuate the trapped. The Sichuan provincial government has declared a Level 2 emergency response, the second highest in China's disaster management system. Authorities have issued red alerts for severe flooding and landslides across multiple prefectures, urging residents to avoid travel, stay alert, and comply with evacuation orders. Meteorologists warn that the ground across much of Sichuan is now fully saturated, heightening the risk of further landslides and flash floods. With upstream river levels continuing to rise, new waves of flooding could strike already devastated areas in the coming days. As the rain finally begins to ease, the true scale of the disaster is emerging. Entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble, highways torn apart, power lines down, cities half submerged under murky floodwaters. The human toll, though still being assessed, is expected to be severe, with reports of missing persons and widespread destruction of homes, schools, and hospitals. For now, Sichuan stands battered but unbroken. Communities across the province are uniting in the face of destruction, clearing debris, sheltering the displaced, and rebuilding what little they can. The floods may have silenced the cities, but the determination of its people endures. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. Note, some footage in this video may be used for illustration and may not show the exact event described. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.